Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the News Bulletin for this Friday, 10th April 2026. President Patrick Emini has announced a series of measures that the government is adopting as the situation in the Middle East continues to deteriorate. These measures include an increase in the price of fuel at the pump by 1 rupee. However, the president said that there will be no increase in electricity prices. Among other measures, President Emini announced that all ministries may allow their employees to work from home for the time being. He also spoke about steps to ensure that Seychelles' economy remains stable, noting that there are enough foreign reserves to cover 4 months of imports. However, he warned that if the situation continues to worsen, the government may be forced to take more difficult measures. Additional measures include the temporary redirection of workers' pensions contribution for a period of 3 months. The head of state explained that steps have been taken to increase local agricultural production in order to reduce imports. Efforts are also being made to secure fertilizer supplies and maintain local production. He announced that the country will receive shipments from India, Russia, and China. President Emini said that in the coming weeks he will travel to Africa and Europe to find new markets and supply sources, and that new partnerships will be established. The president urged the public not to panic, stating that the government is taking precautions in case the situation deteriorates further. And the president's address before the National Assembly is being repeated now on SBC 3. The Chinese government is extending a grant of 100 million yuan or 200 million rupees to Seychelles as a demonstration of continued goodwill and support for the country's development priorities. This was announced by the Chinese ambassador to Seychelles, Ms. Lin Nan, during a courtesy call on the Minister for Foreign Affairs and the Diaspora, Mr. Barry Faure, at Maison Kyo de Quincy yesterday. The meeting provided an opportunity for both sides to reaffirm the strong and long-standing relations between Seychelles and China. In this context, they reflected on the recent visit of the Vice President of the People's Republic of China, Mr. Han Zheng, to Seychelles, noting with satisfaction the positive outcomes of the visit and its contribution to further deepening bilateral cooperation. The discussions also underscored the importance of cooperation in the area of food security and energy transition, which will contribute towards Seychelles' sustainable development objectives. Both sides further highlighted the value of capacity building and human resource development. It was noted that a number of trainings in multilateral cooperation will be available for Seychellois citizens in May and June of this year. Additionally, 2 specialized training programs focusing on agricultural technology and innovation and aid management and South-South cooperation have been tailored to support Seychelles' national priorities. The meeting concluded with both parties reaffirming their shared commitment to further strengthening the bonds of friendship and cooperation between Seychelles and China. The Commissioner General of the Seychelles Revenue Commission, SRC, Ms. Varsha Singh, has resigned from her post. The Ministry of Finance, Economic Planning, Trade and Investment has confirmed that her resignation has been formally accepted. In a statement, the ministry expressed its appreciation for Ms. Singh's service and contribution during her tenure at the Commission. A recruitment process to appoint her successor will begin immediately to ensure a smooth transition and the continued effective leadership of the SRC. A new partnership aimed at strengthening education and public finance in Seychelles has taken off today, with the Seychelles Revenue Commission, SRC, and the University of Seychelles signing a Memorandum of Understanding. The agreement, signed this morning at Maison Colette in Victoria, marks a significant step towards closer collaboration between the 2 institutions.
Strengthening the nation's futures through education and financial expertise is the behind a new agreement signed today between the Seychelles Revenue Commission and the University of Seychelles. The signing ceremony was attended by key officials from both institutions. The Vice Chancellor of the University of Seychelles, Joël Perrault, emphasized the role of academic partnership in national development.
It goes beyond mere formality. It is a tangible demonstration of our joint dedication to enhancing national capacity, fostering institutional collaboration, and equipping our youth for active roles in Seychelles' growth. At the heart of this Memorandum of Understanding lies a clear and impactful purpose. First, it creates valuable internship opportunities for our students in key fields such as taxation, customs, computing and information systems, law, and human resources.
The Commissioner General of the Revenue Commission, Varsha Singh, highlighted the importance of building local expertise in tax administration.
By collaborating with UNICEF, we are identifying and nurturing the next-gen leaders who will drive our transition towards a more automated, data-driven environment. This MOU ensures that the curricula remains relevant, integrating practical tax and customs modules that reflect the current digital economy. Analytical excellence, training students not just to process information, but to analyze it, turning raw data into strategic insights for the nation.
The partnership is expected to open new opportunities for students and professionals while strengthening Seychelles' capacity in taxation and public finance.
Preparations are underway for the consecration of the new bishop of the Diocese of Port Victoria, Father Landry Rassamisson, during the weekend. The ceremony will take place in the Domus Garden on Sunday, the 12th of April from 9:30 a.m. It is expected to host some 2,000 people and last 2.5 to 3 hours. The ceremony will also be broadcast live on SBC radio and television. As it is on a Sunday, plenty of parking spaces will be available around Victoria, while the car park at the cathedral will be used only for drop-off purposes. Mr. Alvin Lawrence is a member of the organizing committee.
We are inviting as many people as possible. We are doing our very best to be able to cater up to 2,000 individuals, and it will be a very special ceremony. We're having dignitaries from abroad, we're having a number of bishops and even cardinals representing Africa coming, who will be presiding over the ceremony. So it's going to be one spiritual, apostolic and historic moment. We are inviting you all to join us.
The Construction Professionals Council has initiated a process to identify and officially register all qualified professionals in the construction sector. Initially, engineers and architects and surveyors will be the first professional groups to formally register with the Council. This initiative marks an important step towards better structuring the construction sector in Seychelles. Eventually, the legislation will make registration mandatory for these professionals. Subsequently, other construction-related professions will also be subject to this requirement. All information regarding registration will be available on the Council's website. According to Gérard Lafortune, President of the Council, this initiative aims to guarantee high standards of competence and professionalism in the sector. With this, we've reached the end of our bulletin for now. Ladies and gentlemen, join us again at 8 p.m. for more news and more details.